Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year, new equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but it doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center for Game 1 of our doubleheader. This one features the women, a top 25 matchup. We're going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. It says NAIA number 7 Marian is third consecutive top 25 test for USF. Crossroads League implications as well as NAIA Top 25 implications are at stake today when NAIA 7th-ranked Marian tangles with 18th-ranked St. Francis here at the Hut. Today, USF welcomes back members from USF's men's and women's basketball teams. This is the 55th season of USF men's basketball and the 45th season of USF women's basketball. Your Cougars have lost back-to-back games to NAIA Top 25 members Taylor, who's currently number 9, and Indiana Wesleyan, who's ranked number 19. Marian is tied for the Crossroads League lead with Taylor, and the Knights are looking to avenge USF's 64-58 win at Marian on December the 1st. The Knights have won back-to-back games since losing at Taylor on January the 23rd. They lost that game 70-63. Since then, they have beaten Goshen 70-52 and Spring Arbor 67-51. In that game in December, Lauren McBriar led USF scoring with 18 points. Dejanay Hinton added 10 points. Hinton was a perfect 8 for 8 at the free throw line. Deja Cyrus led the Knights offensively with 19 points, and Macy Lively added 11 points. Marian enters today's game number 1 in Crossroads League only game scoring defense, while USF is number 4 in Crossroads League teams, averaging 59.6 points a game against the Knights. CL teams are averaging 63.5 points per game against USF. Rising to 1,372 points in 2+ seasons. After the loss at Indiana Wesleyan, Kara Gurka needs just 10 points to tie for number 9 on the USF career scoring list with Nikki Lewis, who played from 2003 to 2007. Lewis finished with 1,382 points. Well, Marian comes into this game ranked number 13 in the country. shooting 44% from the field and 17th in the country, shooting 35% from beyond the arc. Their big three-point shooter is number 13, Macy Lively. Lively is a transfer from the University of Evansville. She's out of Tipton, Indiana, a guard at 5'7". She's shooting 40% from beyond the arc, which ranks her number 35 in the country. Macy Willoughby leads the team with 57 three-pointers made, which ranks her number 33 in the country. Willoughby is shooting 37% from three-point land. Marian's leading scorer is Deja Cyrus. Last year she was a honorable mention All-American and second team All-Crossroads League. Willoughby was All-Crossroads League on the freshman team. Marian last year coming off back-to-back national championships. Last year they lost in the second round to number 12 Hastings 62-45. What a run it was for seniors Jonah Suero. She was a first-team All-American last year, and Kelly Kirchhoff, who was third-team All-American a year ago. Marian did win the national championship in 2017 and 16, and in 2015 they lost in the first round to Tabor 53-50. That was a big upset in that game. I remember it. We were down there with our women's team, and Marian played the first game at 8 a.m. and just was a little bit out of sorts there in 2015, but once again back-to-back national championships, and then last year losing in the second round. Your Lady Cougars are led by Kara Gurka. She ranks number 17 in the country, shooting 53% from the field, averaging 14 points per game. Lauren McBriar ranks number 16 in the country with 64 three-pointers made. She averages 2.6 per game while shooting 36% from beyond the arc. Emma Applegate ranks number 10 in the country, shooting 87% from the free throw line. And Savannah Buck ranks number 4 in the NAIA Division II with 137 assists under her belt. She averages 5.5 assists per game. So once again, talking about Marian's back-to-back national championships, St. Francis winning it in 2014, Indiana Wesleyan in 2013. So certainly the Crossroads League has been represented at the national stage very well here in the last 6 seasons, with 4 national championships coming out of the Crossroads League in the last 4 seasons. Once again, the coach of Marian is Katie Geralds. Last year she was the Crossroads League Coach of the Year. This year, Marian comes into the contest with a 20-5 overall record, 11-2 in the Crossroads League. St. Francis 16-9 overall, 8-5 in the Crossroads League. This is an extremely important game here for St. Francis, coming off the back-to-back losses here at the Hut against number 9 Taylor. Taylor's the real deal. Once again, they were the last team to beat Marian. That was 70-63 back on January the 23rd. And then the loss last Tuesday at Indiana Wesleyan. That was part of a doubleheader as we had the frigid temperatures in the middle of the week. So they moved that game up to Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Losing at 68-61 at Wesleyan. So St. Francis, if we can pull out a win here and win out the rest of the regular season, I'm thinking for sure we're going to get into the national tournament. That would be just 9 overall losses. I believe our record would improve to 21-9. But a loss today to Marian could make it really hard to get into the national tournament. In that situation, we might have to win the Crossroads League tournament. After today, St. Francis will host Grace on Wednesday, then be at Goshen, at Bethel, and then host Mount Vernon Naz. So St. Francis has beaten all of those teams the first time around in the Crossroads League slate. Looking at Marian, they're the only team this year that's beaten Indiana Tech. Indiana Tech's currently ranked number 3 in the country, and that was back on November the 1st. Tech was ranked number 9 in the country at the time, and Marian beat them 81-63. So we got one heck of a game to start off today's doubleheader. The men will follow. That'll be right around a 3 p.m. tip-off. We're going to send it down now to our PA announcer for the starting lineups, national anthem.
Let us pray and Lord, we thank you for all you've given us to give this day as athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. Words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and all things that according to your holy will. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the USF Pep Band.
There we have it, folks. Starting lineups all set for today's big game. Head coach for the University of St. Francis is Jason Ridge, who's in his 4th season with the squad. Once again, the head coach for Marian University is Katie Gerald. She's in her 6th season. 2007 graduate from Purdue. The reigning Crossroads League Coach of the Year is Katie Gerald. We'll see who it'll be this year. I'm thinking it's going to be Coach Martinez from Taylor University. Currently, Taylor is tied with Marian for first place in the CL. For the tip, we got Deja Cyrus along with number 21, Kara Gurka. Gurka, 3rd-team All-American last year. First-team All-Crossroads League. This possession will start off with the Knights. On the far wing, that's Rachel Titzer. She's a junior guard. Running the point is Abby Downing. Cyrus down low is going to cough it up. First turnover of the game here for the Knights. Savannah Buck looking down low for Emma Applegate out of the corner. Rotating to the opposite wing here is Sydney Crow. She's got the best 3-point field goal percentage on the team, shooting 45% from 3-point land. She can get hot, so too can McBriar. Right rim's no good for Lauren McBriar. Downard now bringing it up, being guarded by Savannah Buck for the Lady Cougs. Working off that pick by Cyrus. That pass deflected down low, and a nice strip by Sydney Crow, but she was able to get it away from Karen Jones. Karen Jones, the big at 5'10", the senior forward out of Pittsboro, Indiana. Kara Gurka finds Crow setting the pick. Downard stays with her. Cyrus with the defense on Gurka as that one's left just a little bit short. Going the other way with the Knights. Skip pass. Titzer for three. Just long. Rebounded by Jones. Now it's Downard running the point. Calling for some motion as Jones up top. That's Macy Lively, the transfer, as Downard's lob pass into Jones, finds her. First bucket of the game goes to Karen Jones and the Marian University Knights. Jones enters today averaging 7.2 points per game while shooting 50% from the field. As Marian gets that ball right back. Skip pass over to Lively. Three-pointer is good for Macy Lively. She shoots 40% from beyond the arc on the season. It ranks her number 35 in the country. Cyrus picking up Savannah Buck right there at the timeline. McGuire working off the pick. Finds Crow. Three-pointer by Buck, and it's good. First points of the game goes to Savannah Buck for the Lady Cougs. Marian quickly gets back with a bucket by Rachel Titzer. 7-3 is your score. Gurka's being guarded by Titzer in this man-to-man. Beautiful feed down low. Kara Gurka pulls St. Francis to within two. What a nice looking play there for your Lady Cougars. Cyrus, top of the key, looking down low for Jones. That one's knocked away and last touched by Marian. Good pressure by Buck. Entering today, Savannah Buck with 40 steals under her belt. That's a team high. Lauren McBriar with 38, the second best for St. Francis. Deja Cyrus enters today with 41 steals. It's the most of any player on the floor. So a substitution for Marian into the game is Cam Cardenas, a freshman guard, Beech Grove, Indiana. Crow working on the far wing, finds Gurka, top of the key. Nice drive, left hand off glass. Kara Gurka is starting out outstanding today. This past Tuesday at Indiana Wesleyan, Gurka with 9 points, having a tough day going up against the multitude of bigs that Indiana Wesleyan brings to the floor. That bucket was by Cardenas, newly inserted into this game, her first 2 points. Crow driving baseline is going to be called with a charge. For Sydney, that'll be her first, team's first here in the first quarter. Other Crossroads League games going on today. It's Taylor at Spring Arbor, advantage to the Trojans. Wesleyan at Goshen, advantage Wildcats. Grace at Bethel, I'm going to go with the Lancers. And Mount Vernon Naz at Huntington, advantage to the Lady Foresters. As Marian breaks the press, now Cardenas running the point. Checking in for Abby Downard. Looks like Whitney Will's going to check in next for St. Francis. And number 32, Willoughby for Marian. Baseline jumper is good for Macy Lively. Lively now with 5 points in this game. The outlet goes over to Applegate. And this is down low on the layup. Going the other direction with Cardenas. Has that shot blocked by Crow. Picking up the loose ball is Deja Cyrus, but she cannot finish on the block. Foul is going to be called on number 23, going after the loose ball, Karen Jones. Dejanay Hinton also going to check in for St. Francis. Deja Cyrus checks out for Marian. She'll check out of this game with 0 points. The team's leading scorer, averaging 14.8 per game. Willoughby averages 11.6, and Macy Lively 10.1 from Marian to double-digit scores. Buck, nice bounce pass. That's Lauren McBriar. We got a hand check going to be called on Willoughby, number 32. Willoughby, a sophomore guard from Flora, Indiana, went to Carroll High School. Really good school there. I think it's down by the Lafayette area, Logansport, Lafayette. Buck's got McBriar here on the near wing. Gurka being guarded by Cyrus. Finds Hinton up top. Dejanay is going to cough it up for St. Francis. That's the third turnover of the game. We got 2 for Marian. Jones looking down low. Cyrus is back into this game. I don't think she ever checked out there. She just got a word from Coach Gerald. And now a turnover. Good pickup by Hinton. Dejanay getting a possession here for St. Francis. Whitney Will now driving from the top. Has her shot blocked by Cyrus. She's going to step on the baseline. Possession will stay with St. Francis. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Big game here for your Lady Cougars. Once again, we'll host Grace this Wednesday, 6 p.m. That's going to be part of a doubleheader as Buck throws that ball into space for Hinton. Savannah Buck, junior point guard, third team All-Crossroads League last year. That three-pointer is off the mark. Nice tip out by Buck, but that's going to be a backcourt violation. Coach Ridge is saying that Marian touched that ball. So it should be a free ball there in the backcourt. Referees are going to converge, and they're going to make the right call. So fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. St. Francis maintains possession. Coach Gerald's getting some confirmation there from the referee. Savannah Buck. Cam Cardenas, who did not start the game, was inserted right away with the defense on Buck as Marian's been in this, blocks the shot right there, been in this man-to-man defense. Now Lively going the other direction. Picks up her dribble as they get back over to Cardenas. Just a freshman for the Knights. We have another good freshman point guard over at Indiana Wesleyan, Margot Woofter, who we saw this past Tuesday with the Lady Cougars traveling to Marian. Down low, Whitney Wills, first 2 points of the game. St. Francis now pulls to within 2, 11-9. 3:22 remaining here in the first quarter. Jones looking down low for Cyrus. Cyrus pops back out. Good ball movement to Lively in the corner. Three-pointers off the mark, Hinton with the rebound. Now over to Buck. Buck, good ball fake there. Got her defender in the air, but misses on the three-point attempt. Savannah Buck, entering today's game, is shooting 32% from beyond the arc, hitting 41 of 133 pointers. Foul goes against number 11, Dejanay Hinton, her first, team second. Marian currently with 2 team fouls as well. So Willoughby at the free throw line to shoot a pair. He's the team's second leading scorer, averaging 11.6 points per game while shooting 71% from the free throw line. She's hit 35 of 49 free throws. Once again, last year, Willoughby was on the All-Crossroads League freshman team. Emma Applegate's back into the game as Gurka and Lauren McBriar are going to take a breather. Second free throw is good as well. Willoughby now with 2 points. 13-9 to score. That's Dejanay bringing it up. In that first game, the win for St. Francis at Marian. Hinton was 8 of 8 from the free throw line, so she was able to get to the charity stripe off the dribble drive. She's a great ball handler. Once again, we'd like to see her continuing to attack the bucket. Turnover by St. Francis with 2:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Cardenas gets it up to Dejanay Deja Cyrus. She was threading the needle right there. Left-hand take, and the scoop shot's no good. Cam Cardenas hit the floor hard, but she pops back up. Did a good job of splitting defenders there, just a lot of contact. Crow now out of the corner. Applegate, and a little miscommunication there. She was looking for Buck. Buck was darting to the cup. Checking back in for Cardenas will be Downard, the sophomore. She's from Avon, Indiana, went to Cardinal Ritter High School. Got the big brace on her left knee, usually an indication of a torn ACL in the past. McBriar had that a year ago, but has been able to play this season without the brace on. Good job by Sports Information Director Bill Scott there and manager Wesley Davenport. Wesley is a manager for the volleyball team, men's and women's basketball teams, and the football team. He does a great job, very reliable. I can think of maybe just a handful of games where he has not been here in my 8 years. Also competed in the National Special Olympics in the late 70s when he went to Carroll High School here in Fort Wayne. Can't remember what event he won, but he did get a medal. So Downard will bring it up. Abby Downard with 95 assists on the season, ranks her number 26 in the country. She averages 4.3 assists per game after 22 games played. She missed 3 games for Marian. Miscommunication there as the pass intended for Cyrus goes out of bounds. That was Downard with the dish. Inside 2 minutes. Savannah Buck already a three-pointer made in this game. With the defense on Buck is Titzer. Hinton picks up her dribble, and traveling going to be called on Dejanay. Coach Ridge is going to go to the bench and bring in Lauren McBriar. She'll check in for him. Kara Gurka also back in for Whitney Will. So starters on the floor for St. Francis. 13-9 with 128. Possession arrow in favor of your Lady Cougars as we approach the end of the first quarter. Handoff goes to Downard. Right-hand dribble drive, showing off some speed there. The drop pass goes to Cyrus, her first 2 points of the game. Remember, folks, after this one, we got a matchup with the men's game. It's going to be a good one. Here from the hut, Coach Lacrosse and the Cougar men going to welcome back Connor Watson-Heiser after a 2-game suspension. Kind of a weird suspension, but nonetheless, he sat him out. Down low, that pass is coughed up there. That was Ellie Williams, a junior forward. Crow now on the near wing. And oh no, Savannah Buck, I did not see what happened there. Savannah Buck down on the floor, so we got a timeout. We're going to take one too. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Catholic University.
All right, folks, we are back here at the hut as Savannah Buck is being helped off the floor. It's her right knee. And so it certainly did not look good, as her knee just kind of buckled there when she came down on the right foot. That's Savannah Buck. She's as reliable as it gets to this Lady Cougar basketball program. Back to the action. McBriar drew the contact. Blocking foul going to be called. It'll be McBriar to shoot a pair. Foul's going to go against number 3, Abby Downey. McBriar shooting 82% from the free throw line, hitting 59 of 72, averaging 13.5 points per game. Lauren McBriar is getting better and better with every single game, folks. She was the team's leading scorer in that loss at Indiana Wesleyan with 18 points. She also had 2 steals in that one, playing 35 minutes. She was 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 10 from three-point land. Crow and Applegate going to leave the game. Hinton and Temple back in, as the second one is good as well for Lauren McBriar, 15-11 to score. Willoughby going to be called. It's a turnover. Looks like Crow's going to check back in along with Applegate for Will and Hinton. Sydney Crow can handle the point. See if Shayna Temple does a little bit as well. Savannah Buck being taken back to the training room. Shayna Temple has that one taken away. Good play there by number 20. Katie Giller just kind of throwing that ball into space, and she was in some trouble. Three-pointer at the buzzer is good off glass by number 15, Rachel Titzer. So we'll head into the second quarter with St. Francis down 18-11. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. Welcome back, everybody. As we start the second quarter, St. Francis will have the possession. Looking at Marian, the rest of their schedule, they got Bethel at home. They're going to be at Grace, at Mount Vernon Naz, and then they'll host Indiana Wesleyan before the Crossroads League tournament. So that'll be an important game for the Knights, who are trying to keep pace with Taylor to see who would host that Crossroads League tournament championship game. Obviously, the team that finishes first place in the regular season would host. Blocking foul going to be called. It goes against number 32, Willoughby. She checks out. Checking back in is Macy Lively. Lively checks in with 5 points. That's a team high. She's got 3 rebounds, which is a team high as well. Emma Applegate, strong take. She's fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. This time the foul goes against number 14, Ellie Williams, the junior, 6-footer. She's a transfer from Academy of Art University. Emma Applegate, one of the best in the country at doing that. Ranked number 10 in the land, shooting 87% from the free throw line, 67 of 77 made. She knocks them both down. That'll pull St. Francis to within 5. Once again, Lady Cougars playing without starting point guard Savannah Buck, who's basically been the starting point guard ever since her career began here at St. Francis. On the near wing, picking up her dribble is Titzer. She had the 3-point bank shot that went in at the buzzer to end the first. And the Lady Cougar defense forces another turnover. It's the 6th turnover of the game for Marian. St. Francis currently sitting with 6 as well. It's Crow. Finds Shayna Temple there on the far wing. Pass is intercepted in transition. The finish for number 1, Cam Cardenas. Cardenas just a freshman. She's going to be one heck of a player. She comes up with the steal there for the Knights for the next 3 years. That shot's off the mark, but heading to the free throw line will be number 20, Katie Giller. Foul goes against Shayna Temple. Her first, team's first. So the first one is no good. Giller shooting 59% from the free throw line, hitting 17 of 29 entering today. She averages 3.7 points per game. Looks like Savannah Buck is on the bench now for St. Francis. Next break we get, I can show you. That's where she landed a little awkwardly on that right leg. She's back, and like I said, she's a competitor. She's as tough as they come. Savannah Buck. Crow to McBriar. Nice find, Emma Applegate. That was a beautiful pass by McBriar in the first quarter. She had the beautiful feed down low to Kara Gurka. Not only one of the top shooters, a great passer. McBriar, just a sophomore, sat out last year with the medical red shirt. Good quick hands by Emma Applegate coming up with the steal. 21-13 is your score. As Crow feeds Gurka down low, she's double teamed. Cardenas and Cyrus. And we got a foul gonna go against number 34, Cyrus, her first, team's third. So Savannah Buck is back into the game, which is great news for St. Francis. Could be exactly the spark that they need. Down 21-13. As the inbounds pass goes to Applegate. Buck calling for some spacing. She's sitting in the corner. Good strong take, Applegate, but they're going to call her with the charge. Goes against number 30. Her first, team second. Cardenas over the timeline. She's got 4 points in this game. Leading scorers so far are Lively and Titzer. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Lively's got to find somebody. Gardinas, nice drive. She was left all alone, the floater. Maybe she was too wide open there. She misses from 8 feet out. Still picking up the loose ball. Lively floats it in. She now has game high 7. Buck was able to get around the trap. 10-point advantage for the Knights as their men's basketball team walks into the hut. That three-pointer is blocked by Cyrus. Cyrus unofficially now with 3 blocks in this game, but Gurka down low with her 6th point of the game. Sydney Crow set to check back in, along with Karen Jones, the big for Marian. Cardenas. Titzer on the near wing. Cyrus, 17 feet out, no good. Putback's no good by number 20, Katie Giller. Substitutions are made. Giller and Cardenas going to check out. Downard's back in. Dejanay Hinton's going to check out. So a fresh 30 on the shot clock. It's Lively with the inbounds. Ooh, Applegate hit the court hard there. And Deja Cyrus going to be called with the charge. Marian going to stay in his full court press. Buck brings it up for St. Francis. Gurka, and they break the press. It's Downard with the defense on Crow. Marian been in the man-to-man defense since the start of this game. Nice feed down low. Gurka finishes. Good strong finish for Kara Gurka, her 8th point. Jones, top of the key. Finds Lively in the corner. And the Cougars trailing now by 6 points. Good jumper by Downard. Abby Downard, that's her first field goal attempt in this game. She now has 2 points. Now McBriar out of the corner. That three-pointer halfway down. Rebounded by Jones. Stops at 14 feet, wide open out of the corner is Titzer. No good, rebounded by Crow. Buck on the near wing, finds Gurka. A little bit of contact there with Giller. Step through, McBriar off glass, no good. Again, these Lady Knights, back-to-back national championships in 16 and 17. Beautiful move down on the block for number 20, Katie Giller. Giller's having a big day so far for Marian, who extends their lead back up to 10. Giller's going to check out. Into the game, number 14, Ellie Williams, the junior at 6 foot. So the foul goes against Downard, her 2nd, team's 5th. Puts St. Francis in the bonus. As the first one is good for Lauren McBriar. She's now a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. McBriar sitting with 4 points, all from the charity stripe. 27-19. We'll call a kick on Buck. Savannah really showing 0 ill effects from that injury there in the first quarter. Out of the corner, nice ball fake. 2-time for Rachel Titzer. 29-19, she now has 7 points. Kara Gurka with the game high 8 points for St. Francis. McBriar on the far wing. 3-point attempt. That one's left short. Good rebound, Whitney Will, but steps on the baseline. Good hustle, though, for number 31, the sophomore, Whitney Will, 6 foot, from Fort Recovery, Ohio. .335 left here in the second quarter. It's a 10-point advantage for the Marian University Knights, ranked number 7 in the country. St. Francis ranked number 18 in the land. Jones over to Williams. Ellie Williams has yet to score in this game. Cardenas picks up her dribble. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Foul going to be called, I believe, on McBriar. For Lauren, that'll be her first. Team's third. With the inbounds, that's Titzer. Jones back out to Cardenas. He's going to set up the offense. Right hand dribble drive and step through. That time it will not fall for Titzer. Coming up with the rebounds, Gurka, and she's going to get fouled. So Titzer, that'll be her first. Team 6th, heading to the free throw line to shoot a pair. It's going to be Gurka. Kara Gurka hits the first. Second one's no good for Gurka. Rebounded by Will and traveling. So it's another turnover by St. Francis, the 10th turnover of the game. Currently 9 for Marian. Marian University going very sleek with the uniforms. Usually those NBA Christmas jerseys can be hard to read the numbers, but that yellow really pops. St. Francis with the white numbers on the white uniform. I'd say a little bit harder to read than the Marian uniforms. Cardenas, right hand take. She's crafty with the ball and fast. Foul going to be called against McBriar, so she picks up her second quickly. Heading to the free throw line is number 23, Karen Jones, the senior, to Tri-West High School. Jones, an 84% free throw shooter, hitting 36 of 43. Marian has a scoring margin of plus 12, which ranks them number 22 in the country. Both free throws are good. 31-20 is your score. Jones now with 4 points. Buck feeds Will down low. Jones, tight defense. As they're forcing Savannah to her left. Gurka over to McBriar. McBriar left hand dribble drive and an offensive foul. Going to go against number 21, Kara Gurka, fighting for positioning without the ball. That'll be her first. Team's 5th, so both teams now in the bonus. Remember, in women's basketball, once you hit the bonus at the double bonus, you get 2 free throws. That's the Fouls reset every quarter. Cardenas getting a lot of playing time here in the first half. Did not start the game. Titzer looking for the step through. That time does finish. He's having a heck of a game. Entering today, Titzer just averages 6 points per. She's got 9 points to lead all scorers. Actually ties her with Gurka, who has 9. Three-pointer left short. Rebounded by Marian, and a foul going to be called against Whitney Will. That'll be her first. Team 6th. Cougar faithful not too happy with the officiating. That's number 20. First free throw is good for Katie Giller. Giller now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Emma Applegate checks back in. Will and Hinton out. Second one's no good. Applegate with the board. Marian extending their lead with Cyrus on the bench, their leading scorer. Once again, Deja Cyrus last year was an honorable mention All-American. Spin move, off glass, no good, but getting her own rebound, and it's knocked out of bounds. Possession to Marian. Breyer's going to check out, Hinton back into the game for St. Francis. 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter. Lady Cougars down by 14. Savannah Buck, and that's a timeout called by Coach Katie Gerald. That'll be a 30-second timeout. So right at the end of the first quarter, here's how it went down. Rachel Titzer banking it off glass for the three-pointer. See that loose ball. Cardenas has just got a little giddy up to her. Nice shot. Pass right there in the pocket. She throws it up at the buzzer. Big three-pointer there for Marian. The Knights outscoring St. Francis 18-11 in the first quarter. Lead the second quarter here 16-9. Shooting 52% from the field. St. Francis currently shooting 29% from the field. Your Cougars are 1 of 12 from three-point land. In that game, the last game out against Indiana Western, St. Francis 9 of 29 from three-point, shooting 31%. Shot 40% from the field and 86% from the free throw line. Nice step through. That one's left short. Jones with the putback. Seconds remaining here before halftime. Savannah Buck, nice bounce pass into Emma Applegate, but called with the charge. We'll let you guys decide on that one. It's a beautiful feed by Savannah Buck there on the far wing. See if we can't get this to play. And yeah, doing a good job on the defensive positioning there are the Lady Knights. Cardenas being guarded by Buck. Will with the help D. Lady Cougars here in a zone defense. That's knocked away by Hinton, picked up by Crow. 4 seconds. 3. Crow is trapped. Gets it up to Dejanay at the buzzer. Just left short. So we'll head into the break. Marian up 36-20 over your Cougs. We'll be right back with you with more here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome back to the Hutzel Athletic Center. Go over some of the halftime statistics for you. Abby Downard with 2 points for Marian. Macy Lively, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Rachel Titzer with a team high, 9 points, 2 boards. Karen Jones, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Deja Cyrus, 2 points, 1 board, just 12 minutes played for Deja Cyrus. Marian just going to their bench quite often, and their season stats indicate that as well. Cyrus averages the most minutes played at 26. But once again, Marian, they can just go deep to that bench, and they're getting help from all different kinds of direction. Cam Cardenas, the freshman point guard, 4 points, 1 rebound. 4 points for Katie Giller, 5 rebounds. And Macy Willoughby, 2 points, 1 board. The biggest number, looking at the halftime stats to take away, is the rebounding. Marian is out-rebounding St. Francis 21-9. Marian with 8 offensive boards and 13 defensive boards. For St. Francis, Sydney Crow with 3 rebounds, 0 points. Lauren McBriar with 4 points. Kara Gurka, game high, 9 points. Emma Applegate, 2 points, 1 rebound. Savannah Buck, 3 points, 1 board. 2 points for Whitney Will. She also had a rebound. Leading St. Francis in minutes was Kara Gurka at 18 minutes. Leading Marian in minutes played was Rachel Titzer. Rachel is a junior guard from Ron Colley High School, 5'9". Marian shooting 52% from the field, 28% from beyond the arc on 2 of 7 shooting, and 75% from the free throw line. St. Francis shooting 29% from the field, 0.083% from beyond the arc, 1 of 12. The only three-pointer made in that first half was by Savannah Buck. Savannah, who had to leave the game with injury, still managed to play 17 minutes. She is truly a warrior for the Lady Cougs. And Lady Cougars shooting 88% from the free throw line, hitting 7 of 8. So the largest lead for Marian was 16 points, is 16 points. The score has been tied 1 time, and Marian's led pretty much the whole way. Take one more break. We're 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross.
Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back, everybody. Just 1 minute away from the start of the second half. I'm going to go ahead and show you Savannah's injury there from the first quarter. You can see her take the pass right there. It's going to be double teamed here. She comes down on the right and just tweaked the knee a little bit. So obviously that's at the end of the first quarter. So she had a little bit of a break there with the 1 minute in between the two quarters and was back on the floor. Still played 17 of 20 minutes for Savannah Buck, showing some true grit down there as she's back to start the second half. Here in the third quarter, Marian up by 16. Other scores from around the Crossroads League. And it's Grace on top of Bethel, 40-35. Taylor beating Spring Arbor, 59-28. And Mount Vernon As losing at Huntington, 37-33. So there you have it. Cougar baseball team up 1-0. As Jones, the quick bucket. And on the opposite end, Sydney Crow. Crow's first 2 points of the game. The officials timeout here. Deja Cyrus. I think there might be a wet spot on the floor. Cyrus looked like she might have tweaked a hamstring or something. She's out of the game. Checking in for her is number 20, Katie Giller. That's Lively, the transfer, University of Evansville. Giller straight to the cup is fouled. Will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Giller currently 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. She's got 5 rebounds, 1 assist to go with her 4 points. As the first one is up and in. Largest lead of the game here for Marian at 17 points. Second one's no good. Tip out goes to Buck. 39-22, 9:17 remaining. Actually, that Jones bucket gave Marian its largest lead at 18 points. Gurka finds Buck all alone in the corner. That shot sailed left. Down it over the timeline. Buck got tied up again, did a good job of keeping her balance. It's Rachel Titzer, gets it over to Downard. And over to Lively. Titzer now top of the key. See if she can continue her hot shooting. Lively's deep three-pointer's no good. Rebounded by Jones, down on the block, and jump ball. Possession arrow to St. Francis. .8:32 remaining here in the third quarter. 17 add for the Lady Knights, looking to make the national tournament for their 5th consecutive season. Last time they did not make the tournament was in 2014. Lady Cougar fans will remember that magical season. 38-0 national champions. Crow down low. Foul, she's going to head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul goes against Cyrus. That'll be her 3rd, team's 1st. In 2014, St. Francis beat Marian in the Crossroads League Tournament semifinals to end their season. Lady Cougs putting it on Marian, 106-77. That St. Francis team was fast and big. Second one's good. So Crow, who did not score in the first half, now has 4 points in this game. So we're just 2 minutes into the third. Lively to Downard, looking down low for Jones. Jones double team, kicks it back out. Dribble drive, Titzer off glass, and she'll head to the free throw line, looking for the N1. Titzer's having herself a game. Rachel on the season from the free throw line as that missed. He's a 68% free throw shooter, but an offensive board here for Marian. Jones driving from the top of the key, and that's going to be a charge. Boy, Coach Gerald is not happy. Titzer's high on the season is 12 points. That was against Huntington. She currently has 11. Last year, she had 20 points for a season high And her freshman year, 14 points. That came against St. Francis. So for a new career high, she'd have to get over 20 points, as that one's good by Kara Gurka. Gurka now with a team high 11, actually ties Titzer with a game high. Those two were both tied at 9 points at halftime for a game high. Feed down low. It's a little bit too strong by Jones, rebounded by Gurka. Kara, just 2 rebounds in this game. Will now beyond the arc. Three-pointer. That one just a little bit strong off the heel. Entering today's game, Whitney Will shooting 33% from three-point land, hitting 2 of 6. So we don't see her do that very often. But these Lady Cougs can shoot it. That strong take. Nice block by Will. She's going to be pushed out of bounds. Foul's going to go against 23, Karen Jones. Looking at the Marian men's roster, they go big, 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 and big. 6'11", 6'10", 6'7", 6'7". 6'6", 6'7". They got some bigs. Gurka. After the contact there, they're going to call a charge on Kara Gurka. Not a whole lot there. Gurka can't believe it. That'll be her second, team's third. Each team now with 3 fouls. The freshman's going to check in for Downard. Cardenas. Once again, the referees, the officials for today's game, Ronald Branch Jr., Stacy Verhoff, and Christopher Haro. Lady Cougars, the full court press. Nice job by Buck to knock it away, and Whitney Will finishes. Outstanding sequence there for the Lady Cougs. Foul's going to go against Cardenas. That'll be her first. Will now with 4 points, make it 5. Whitney Will, a 73% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 27 of 37. Now the foul goes against Lauren McBriar. That'll be her third, team's fourth. It'll be Jones with the inbounds. Willoughby for the Knights over the timeline. Cardenas being guarded by Buck. Three-pointer by Willoughby, left short. Good rebound by Gurka. She reached back to grab it. Gurka, spin move. Nice shot off glass. Tough shot for Kara Gurka. Pulls her squad within 10. St. Francis coming out of halftime, outscoring Marian 9-5. Step back just inside the arc by Titzer. This can be tapped to Lauren McBriar. With that tip was Giller, number 20. Let's get Giller, just a freshman. Will puts it down. Over to McBriar, deep three-pointer by Lauren off the heel. Jones with the board. She's slow to get up. Cardenas taking her time here. We got 15 on the shot clock. Titzer out of the corner, being guarded by Gurka. One second on the shot clock, and that's going to be a violation. Willoughby was being guarded by Buck, had nowhere to go with it. Cyrus going to check into the game for Marian, along with number 14, Ellie Williams. Sydney Crow. Will over to Buck, looking down low for Gurka. Gurka hits the floor. Good find over to Crow. Drives baseline, off glass. Sydney Crow continuing to do it here in the third quarter, now with 6 points. St. Francis only down by 8. Marian had ballooned this lead to 18 points. Lady Cougars fighting back here. Williams came down with it, but a foul going to be called. And it goes against Crow. That'll be her third and the team's 5th. That'll put Marian in the bonus. Denis now at the free throw line. First one's good for Cardinals. So first attempt in this game. The freshman on the season, a 63% free throw shooter, hitting 24 of 38. Second one's no good. 42 to 33. 9-point ad for Marian. Crow looking down low for Gurka. Buck forced through the baseline. Nice feed. Sydney Crow, her 8th point of the quarter. Buck nearly comes up with a steal, and McBriar, great save. And who's the foul going to be called on? Lady Cougars are getting jacked here, playing some good basketball. Now only down by 7. Dejanay Hinton checking in for Crow. Downer checking in for Cardinals. Downer just 2 points in this game. That pass intended for Cyrus. Cyrus did a great job there once it was knocked away by Will, using her body to box out Will so she couldn't come up with it. Titzer now with the inbounds. Downer feeds Cyrus down low. Will once again playing some great defense. On number 34, the senior Deja Cyrus, last year an honorable mention All-American, All-Crossroads League second teamer. Travel going to be called on Willoughby. That's the 14th turnover of the game for Marian. Lady Cougs currently with just 12. St. Francis currently shooting 38% from the field. Marian at 47%. Cougars 16 rebounds, Marian 27. Dejanay Hinton, left-hand dribble drive, nice strong take to the cup and finish for Dejanay, her first 2 points of the game. That's exactly what you need from Dejanay Hinton. She's not hitting those, then hopefully she'll be getting to the free throw line. Cyrus, baseline jumper. Too strong, Will with the rebound. Cyrus currently sitting with 2 points. Gurka, McBriar, pump fake, step back's no good. Downward with the board, and foul going to be called against Whitney Will, her second. That'll be the team's 6th foul. So it's going to be Downard going to the free throw line to shoot 2. Downard, this is her first trip in the game to the free throw line on the season. A 79% free throw shooter, hitting 26 of 33. Giller's going to check in for Williams. Cyrus is going to stay on the floor. Titzer into the backcourt to guard McBriar. Second one is good. Marian up now by 7 for Downer, her 4th point of the game. Hinton on the far wing. And Applegate, 6 to the corner. She's a 3-point shooter for St. Francis. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Savannah Buck from way downtown Steph Curry range, but an offensive rebound. We got a fresh 30. Emma Applegate entering today's game shooting 26% from beyond the arc, hitting 21 of 80. The Lady Cougars going to cough that up for the 13th turnover of the game. And in transition, that's as easy as it gets. Willoughby to Giller for the deuce. 9-point advantage for Giller, her 7th point. Inside 1 minute to play. 15 on the shot clock. Gurkha sitting with a team high 13 points. That's a game high for Gurkha. And just stepping on the sideline there was Lauren McBriar after the skip pass. Savannah Buck checks out of the game, as she's just going to attend to her knee. She can get about maybe a 2-3 minute break here before the start of the 4th quarter. Not sure if she re-aggravated it on that play there. But she's definitely in a little bit of pain on the bench. Feed down low for Cyrus. And that's going to be last touched by, I believe, McBriar as he goes to the baseline. 32.6 seconds remaining. Willoughby. That one's no good. She is 0 of 3 from 3-point land. She's their 3-point shooter with 57 made entering today's game. Ellie Williams checks back in. Cyrus going to take a breather along with Downard. Cardenas back on the floor. With the defense there on Crow, trying to knock it away. 20 seconds remaining. Crow, the shot clock is off. 15 seconds remaining. Not a whole lot of room to roam there down on the block for St. Francis. McBriar's three-pointer is in. With 3 seconds remaining. Big 3 for Lauren McBriar. So Lady Cougars pull within 6. Once down by 18 as we head into the 4th quarter. Watching Lady Cougar basketball here at the Hutzel Athletic Center.
First time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way. offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Welcome back, everybody, as we start the fourth. Lady Cougars only down by 6. Marian opened the third quarter with a Jones make, and that gave him an 18-point lead. Lively's three-pointer's no good, tracked down by Lauren McBriar. Lady Cougars need this win, as Savannah Buck is back on the floor here to start the fourth quarter. Applegate over to McBriar. Marian just got cold there in the third as St. Francis outscored them 20-10. Lady Cougars 20 points. That's the most from any quarter. Marian had 18 in the first and second. Foul's called on number 23, Karen Jones. That'll be her fourth, team's first. Buck with the inbounds pass. Over to Crow, and blocking foul going to be called against Downard, so Sydney Crow's going to head to the free throw line. Sydney had a great third quarter with 8 points. She's currently 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. I think Crow left the floor there in the third. It's been quite the spark for St. Francis. Second one for Crow is good. Lady Cougs now only down by 4 with 9:15 remaining. This would be one heck of a victory once down by 18 points. Down by 16 at the half. Rachel Titzer as Cyrus goes straight to the cup. A little bit strong, rebounded by Giller. And Giller going to be called with the foul as she caught Buck with an elbow. Giller, that's her first, team second. Titzer sitting with 11 points, only had 2 there in the third quarter. Gurkha's got a game high 13. Gurkha also with 4 rebounds. Giller leads Marian with 7 rebounds. McBriar's 2 assists are a game high. Savannah Buck also with 2. Savannah's had to work through some injury there to that right knee. Provided a big spark there in the third as Lady Cougars were able to come up with 2 steals to really help cement. Nice play by Downer. I don't think she did go behind for an over and back. Downer behind the back, looking to leave it for Cyrus, threw it right to Applegate. Now it's Buck pushing it for St. Francis. Savannah on the near wing, Willoughby with the defense. Working off the pick by Applegate, pick and pop. And Cyrus with another block. She's had 3 blocks away from the block. What a really good defender, the senior Deja Cyrus. Strong take, and bucket is good for Katie Giller. That'll be her 9th point. Buck skip pass, finds Crow, 3-pointer, off the heel, no good. Tracked down by Sydney. And off glass, what a great play for her 12th point of the game, Sydney Crow. Sydney Crow's been spectacular this second half. I'd like to see her get some 3-point shots. And a turnover, Downard called with the carry. Crow's currently 0 of 1 from beyond the arc. McBriar 1 of 8. St. Francis shooting 10% on 2 of 20 shooting. Timeout going to be called by Coach Katie Gerald. That'll be a full timeout. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cougar basketball action here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
That was the Cougar Pet Band. Remember, folks, after this broadcast, we'll end it, and we will have the... What up, Chris? We will have the second game of our doubleheader, the men's matchup. Feed goes down low, Gurka. That shot is blocked. Katie Giller getting a hand on it. Cyrus down low. Katie Gerald looking for the foul. Marian up by 6. With Cyrus just her second bucket of the game. Foul's going to be called on Deja. That'll be her 4th and the team's 4th. They're going to check her out, bring Jones back in. Cyrus played high school ball at Marian High School. Marian just beat Bishop Lures yesterday at the Norwell sectional. Pretty good sectional there. They might end up meeting up with Belmont for a sectional championship. Breyer out of the corner. Marian boys team doing good with Jalen Blackman. He's only a sophomore. One of the best players in the state. Easily. He is awesome. So much fun to watch. Foul goes against number 32. Willoughby, that'll be her 3rd. Willoughby sitting with 2 points. She's 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. Willoughby is. Lauren McBriar's on fire from the free throw line. Now 5 of 5. For Lauren, 8 points. Lauren has yet to catch that streak from beyond the arc. With 6 minutes left to go, I think it's going to be coming here shortly. Second one's no good. That's her first miss in the game. 45 to 50. 6:15 left to play. Downard over the timeline. Downard sitting with 3 fouls, 4 points. Marian with 5 fouls. St. Francis 0. Puts Lady Cougs in the bonus. Cyrus inside the arc, halfway down, pops out. McBriar comes up with it. Willoughby now picks up the defense on McBriar. Went for the steal there. Good crab dribble by Lauren. Down low. Beautiful find as McBriar goes off glass for her 10th point. St. Francis now just down by 3. Cyrus on the block. Cannot hit, and she's going to be fouled. I think it's going to go against Crow. Cyrus looks a little frustrated down there on the floor. So to inbound, it will be Downard, fresh 30 on the shot clock. .20 seconds. Downard picked up by Buck. Jones looking for Cyrus and has her, goes to the right. That's their 6th point of the game. That's McBriar, 2 feet inside the arc. She is on fire. That's going to pull St. Francis to within 3. 30-second timeout taken by, I believe that was St. Francis, and it was. Once again, how about Sydney Crow here? Misses on the 3-pointer, but following her own shot, picks it up and goes left hand off glass. Sydney Crow currently has 12 points, which is not a team high, but she's doing it in so many different facets of the game. So far, she's your player of the game for the Lady Cougars. St. Francis has showed some great passing in this game. Here's the feed down low to McBriar with the catch and shoot off glass. And you know what? We're down by 3 points, 52-49. How about these Cougars outscoring Marian 9-6 in the 4th and 20-10 in the 3rd. It's Downard over the timeline. Next home game is Wednesday, a doubleheader against Grace. And then the Lady Cougars won't be back home until the regular season finale against MVNU. It'll be senior day here from the Hut. Doubleheader. Women at 1, men at 3. Good crowd here as people are starting to file in for the men's game as well. All the parents and stuff usually sit on this side of the bleachers, the side of the camera, so you really can't see. But the bigger crowd is usually on this end. Lively, baseline drive. Lady Cougs not liking that one. We're going to have to take another look at it. Lively's going to head to the free throw line. I don't know. First one's good for Lively. Extends the lead to 4. Lively a perfect 1 of 1 now with 8 points, 4 rebounds and an assist. Let's get Lively is a transfer from University of Evansville, and she's a junior guard. 54-49 now. Lively with 9 points. Buck skip pass finds Crow for 3 out of the corner. It's strong off glass. Titzel came down with the rebound. Lively going to bring it up the left side as the handoff goes to Willoughby. Thought Willoughby was going to rise up for that 3. Lively goes off glass, pretty much uncontested. Macy Lively's out of Tipton, Indiana, went to Tipton High School. Gurka off glass, no foul called. Coach Rich and Gurka just kind of look at each other. What is going on? Buck knocks it away. Nice feed by Titzer over to Willoughby. That was a pretty sweet-looking play. Back to a 10-point advantage for Marian inside 3 minutes. Gurka down low. Spin move. She's fouled. Will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul goes against number 20, Katie Giller. Her second, team sixth. Kara Gurka, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe in this game. 73% free throw shooter on the season. That first one rims in. And the Cougars now down by 9. At one point, it trimmed this lead down to 3. Marian's gotten back into this game by driving to the cup. Attack the basket, attack the basket. Downer nearly trapped there by Will. Willoughby looking for another three-pointer. She's starting to feel it. Coach Katie Gerald is going to take a 30-second timeout. Marian is definitely feeling it here down the stretch. Let's take another look at Whitney Will. Watch this feed. McBriar, boom! Pulled St. Francis to within 3. This right here is what we'd like to see a little bit more of. 2 minutes remaining. That's McBriar. Look at that step back. That is a thing of beauty there. Hitting the triple. McBriar with 12 points, but just 1 of 8 shooting at three-point land. She's been cold from beyond the arc, was 3 of 10 at Indiana Wesleyan. Not bad, but still below her season average. Buck trying to get past Jones. Look at that. Buck just put on the brakes as Jones hit the floor. Jones was at 110% there, trying to keep up with Buck. Savannah did a hockey stop. McBriar step back, Cyrus defending. Not sure if she got a piece of that. I doubt it because that was shot strong. Willoughby going to handle the rock for Marian. Wide open is Lively. As they double teamed Willoughby, nobody got out on Lively. Once again, Lively entering today's game, a 40% three-point shooter. Don't want to leave her open. Buck, long three-pointer. That one's left short. Nice rebound by Gurka. She collides with Cyrus. And then gets position down the block. Putback's good. Kara Gurka will head to the free throw line, looking for the and one. Foul's going to be called on Lively, her first. Team's 7th, I believe. It says 6. Rachel Titzel's going to check out of the game as Downard comes back in. Got 2 ball handlers with Downard and Willoughby. The and one is good for Gurka. Kara once again entering today's 73% free throw shooter. Foul's called on Savannah Buck. That'll be her first, team's third. Downer dropped the shoulder there. And now blocking foul going to be called on Buck. That'll be her second. Team's fourth. Lively's got Willoughby. Now she calls for it. We're inside 1 minute to play. 65-53. It's a nice run here in the second half. St. Francis was able to whittle this lead all the way down to just 3 points. Marian started the third quarter with a bucket and an 18-point lead. Lively drains it. Lively a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Entering today shooting 80% from the charity stripe, hitting 32 of 40. Karen Jones is their best free throw shooter, shooting 83%. 67-53 is your score. Savannah down low. As Cyrus comes up with the rebound. About a 5-second difference, so that pretty much going to be your ball game. Lady Cougars will fall to 16-10 overall, 8-6 in the Crossroads League. Marian will remain in first place in the CL, 21-5 overall, 12-2 in conference play. Let's get past the Lively. Savannah, half quarter is short. So that's going to do it. 67-53 is your score. For St. Francis, Sydney Crow with 12 points. McBriar with 12, 2 for Hinton, 3 for Buck, 17 for Gurkha, 2 for Applegate, 5 for Will. Cyrus with 6 points, 8 for Willoughby, 8 for Karen Jones, 9 for Katie Giller, 11 for Rachel Titzer, and 16 for Macy Lively. Abby Downard with 4, and Cam Cardenas with 5 points. Marian shot 51% from the field, 36% from three-point, and 74% from the free throw line with 36 rebounds. St. Francis shot 38% from the field, 8% from three-point land, 83% from the free throw line, 24 rebounds. Well, folks, thanks for joining us. We're going to end this broadcast, and we'll have the men's game for you. Tip-off in 20 minutes.